Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy Coach Jay with the FGC Simplified Community. Welcome to another edition of Award Street, where we talk to community members who have gone through our system that's inside and actively inside our community right now, just so you can know their stories. Let to know that there are real persons doing day-to-day federal government contracting, so you can get inspired. You can get tips, you can get trips, on what to do and how to get into this space. All right. So let me bring to the stage. Daryl and Natasha, the Banks. How are y'all doing today?
Doing great.
Good. So listen, I do these as often as community members will let me do this, so the public can hear what your story, your journey, and any type of obstacles that you were able to overcome to get to the point where you're at right now. So I very highly regard and guard my community members' privacy and all that. So anything you don't want to share, we're cool with it too as well. We can do that too, okay?
Okay.
All right. So go ahead, introduce yourself for those that are watching. Give us a brief introduction. Where you from? What side of the world? How long you've been on this federal government contracting journey?
Well, my name is Daryl Banks from Virginia, Chesterfield, Virginia, and how long we've been doing this? Well,
Since April.
April. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm Natasha Banks, and we've been married for 25 years. And we started the government contracting. I guess what do you call it? The journey. April
of 2024.
2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what got you interested in doing federal government contracting or entrepreneur on a whole?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back a little bit.
That's fine. That's fine.
Last year in September, my mom passed away.
Okay, 23, right?
2023, yes.
Okay.
And I was having a difficult time with that, and with her passing and everything. And so it caused me to get closer to God, and in doing that, I started my meditation and my praying and reading God's word. And so in doing that, he started speaking to me. And January 24th, God told me to save some money. There was some money that we were going to use for something else. And he told me to not use it for that and to use it for our business. So when I told my husband, because we didn't have a business, so I was like, God told me this, and I knew it was him. There was just a feeling that I can't explain that came over me when I heard him say that. And so what happened was we started looking. We thought it was box trucks, so we were looking at box trucks, and we was like, no, this isn't it. And then I said, all right. So my husband was like, let's just wait until he tells us something else. So then we proceed to look on YouTube, and then government contracting came up, and I was showing him. I was like, babe, look at this. These people winning all this money, like getting all these awards, and they don't have experience. So we, kept watching videos. We were looking at Dr. Kizzy Parks, and then so we was like, we think this is it. So we got like a piece about it. So then we Dr. Kizzy Park, she kind of guided us through the process of signing up for SAM.gov and everything. And then I took a course with this lady. I won't say her name, but she didn't even talk about she said government contracting, and then was upselling the whole entire time. It was like for 3 days. And thank God I only paid $100. But then she was like, she could help us with $50,000. I was like, no, sir, that's not gonna happen. So we just continued to pray about it, and we got our cage code. And you would have thought we won a contract when we got the cage code. I was going off up in here. And so we did that. So then the Lord spoke to me again in my time with him, and he told me that we needed a mentor. And he said, you need to learn how to read solicitations and write proposals. That's your assignment this week. That's exactly what he told me. So I was like, okay. So Tuesday, it went out this year, and I was going on saying I'm looking, and I got super frustrated. And he was like, I told you, don't look on there this week. I was like, okay. So then I go back on YouTube, and I see you, Coach. And you were on there with Dr. Kizzy doing the interview.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it was, but I'm like, this our mentor right here. And I just felt the connection. And so I told my husband about it, and he was like, okay. You know, Daryl, he's pretty chill and kind of go with the flow type of guy, which I love.
Yeah.
But so anyway, we get on there, we get on your website, look you up. I immediately wanted to do the membership, but my husband was like, nah, let's fill this out. So I was like, well, let's do the consultation. So we did the consultation, and we got on there with you, and you was like, I'm sorry, I don't know how y'all got through. My schedule is supposed to be blocked because you were doing the workshop.
Right.
My schedule was supposed to be blocked. So I'm like, okay, God, he moving again. And so you were like, okay, so we just gonna have to reschedule, or I'll give you a refund. So we was like, well, we'll reschedule. And then you said, okay, well, I have a little bit of time, so tell me what y'all need. So we just need we need to learn how to read these solicitations and do the proposals. And you said, well, that's what I'm going to talk about today. And you said, let me do this. I'm going to bless y'all with the workshop, and I'm going to upgrade you to VIP.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, we was hitting each other like, you hear this? And so when we did that, and everything that we needed, like
Everything.
my husband, so when we first, to go back a little bit, when we first got on there, he had a lawn care business before. So he still had some lawnmowers and things like that, some equipment. And I was trying to get him to cut 571 acres.
You were trying to get your husband to go out and do the work?
I was frustrated because we were looking at a contract in Arlington, Virginia.
Right.
It was 500 and something. It was 500 and something acres. And she was like, oh yeah, well you can go up there and do that. And I'm like, ain't enough time in a day for me to do that type of work. I mean, it was like a lot of work. Whoever won that contract, I know it was in the millions.
Yeah.
They had to dig graves and everything.
Yeah. It was at a
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing, Tasha, you have no outside experience on what it will cost or what the time wise to do any type of outside work.
No, so I was like, well, babe, you can get your friends to go help you. You know what I mean? It was like, we got a little bit of savings. We can get a couple more lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we need you to do this. And then we were like, So once we went to the workshop, we was like,
right.
Gosh, we don't have to leave the house. We can like literally just send emails and set everything up. Like, this is crazy.
Oh, wow. So before the workshop, you had the mindset that you wanted to go out and do the work.
Yeah. She was going to break my back with me out there on the lawnmower. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And I was going to be at home doing the administrative work.
See? Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord that y'all stumbled across me. I don't believe it happens that.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you attended the 3-day workshop first, right?
Yes. And so when the light bulb came on from that, we were like, okay, let's get into this community. So we got to the community and started coming on Mondays, and that experience is amazing as well.
Definitely worth it. I mean, you learn something every single week.
Yeah.
Ask your questions that you need to get out.
And that's the beauty of having a community around you. no matter if you attend a webinar or if you attend some type of workshop, there is no way possible for you to catch everything, all the little nuances that happens, especially in this federal government contracting space. It's impossible for you to catch all of that just in one sitting.
Right.
So that's why it's always good to have a community around you. And that's why I went the route and actually build this community and put it together so you can have that support. You can see people that are in the trenches with you, the experiences they are having. You can see when they start overcoming their hurdles to give you encouragement and inspiration to keep doing what you're doing. So, yeah. Hey, real quick, I know that you're enjoying this video and getting inspiration from those that are sharing their experience in this federal government contracting community. Make sure and you like this video and subscribe to the channel and share this. I'm trying to get the word out to as much people as possible to let them know that federal government contracting exists and there is a simple process in order to get in and get started in this space. If you haven't joined the community, consider joining our community so we can walk alongside with you and get you to the end goal that you desire to be. All right, let's get back to the video. So talk a little more about the workshop. Was it what you thought going in of what the workshop was going to be like?
I didn't know because I got burned before with that lady, and she didn't say anything about government contracting. She might say government contracting, and everything else was something else. But that's what I really didn't know. But I knew it was God led, so I knew something was gonna come out of it because I just happened to see you. It just was amazing the way that the things happen. But it was like it's life changing. I mean, for sure. It's like you give the steps, like do this, do that. It's like you give the flow, and if you follow that flow, you're gonna win.
Yeah, if you put the work in, you definitely you'll see the results. You put the work in.
Yeah, you definitely can't be lazy though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Why, at the beginning of any type of consultation call or anything that I do, I make sure and I set the right expectation, because there are some people out here who teach. We're not going to call names that teach theory or teach money grab. I'm just going to give you just the bare minimum, or just what I book knowledge stuff that you could already Google and find out for yourself. But they actually don't show you and teach you a system. So, thank you for that. I love feedback and things that I can do to adjust and make better. But I try to give people exactly what they need, because I was in your position at one time. Mm-hmm. I paid over $50,000 for a mentor coaching program to be able to put the dots together. And then when I figure out how simple the process was, I decided to create the flow system that everybody, utilizing to be able to put into action. And I tell people all the time, it's not as difficult as people make it seem.
No,
it's a simple process as long as you just follow the system.
Yeah.
So
it's simple, but it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean, because it's work. Like you have to follow up with these people. You have to call, and God help you if you're working a full-time job like I do. So I'm working with my husband and I. We both work full-time jobs, and this government contracting is full-time, but to me. So you have to put the work in for sure.
So after the workshop, you can let me know if during the workshop too, because I have people come to the workshop just to get a better understanding of what federal government contracting is, to see if they really want to get into this. So when did y'all start implementing what you learned in the workshop?
During the workshop, because we had homework.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had homework to find subcontractors. I was nervous as I could be. And I don't know why, because I talk on the phone for a living. And I think it was just because it was new to me. Like me and my husband I was like, babe, you call somebody. No, babe, you call them. I'm like, man, you gotta call these people. So I was like, I'm just gonna tough it out and just do it. And then for some reason, he didn't want to be in the room with me while he called.
He didn't want the feedback.
He went upstairs to do his calls, but we worked it out, and so now he's finding the solicitations for me.
Yeah.
I just do the rest of it.
Okay. So speak to the person that's new to this or want to this and have that same fear that, they're scared or they're nervous just to pick up the phone and ask for a quote. I think, was that your biggest challenge or hurdle when you first got started?
I think the biggest challenge was talking to people about things that we didn't necessarily know about. But if you treat it as though you're calling a company for yourself, it makes it so much easier. And each solicitation you deal with is basically the same. It's the same flow no matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So it looks like you all have a system down now too as well.
Yeah.
One finds a solicitation and one actually go after it. So if you want to talk a little bit of how you divided that, how you came up with that, because everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. Everybody has transferable skills that they can bring over from their 9-to-5 into federal government contracting space. You want to speak a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, my wife, she works from home and she has an office set up. I basically work out in the field. So I leave from home, I'm in a truck all day long. So I have a laptop I take with me and I have my cell phone. Sometimes I have downtime. I can't necessarily make phone calls because I'm dealing with people at work, but I do have time to scroll on the computer and look for solicitations. And if I'm out of the truck, I found the way to look for solicitations on my cell phone. I can go to salem.gov on my cell phone. I can scroll, I can download the files, and I can still look at them. And if I think it's for us, it's going to be pretty good, a good fit. I'll send a solicitation number to her. She'll look over it and she'll get right on it.
Okay. So let's fast forward a little bit. So y'all have been, after the workshop, you joined the FGC community and you hit the ground running. All right.
Yeah.
I will speak from experience here because I know we had a couple of calls. There was a little frustration setting in about the tempo and all that. I tell everyone, just stick with it. If you continue on and use the system, it's just a matter of if, not when. Correct. So speak a little bit about getting to that point, because again, people come in with certain expectations on when they should win their federal government contract. Speak a little bit about that. When you got to that point, feeling a little frustrated and all that, and what did you do to press on and overcome?
I think my frustration came from the subcontractors at first. They were like, and to be honest, I think it was the ones that we were looking at, because we were looking at, I'm just going to say it, we were looking at like laundry, we were looking at porta potties,
the typical ones that everybody go after.
Yeah. And so they were like, they weren't that pleasant to talk to. And so, or getting back with you had to keep begging them for a quote. And I'm so, stuff like that was frustrating to me. But it really didn't take long for us to win. Like, we started in April.
Mm-hmm.
We put the first bid in on May 31st.
Okay.
So wait, we started April, the end of April.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the workshop was like the last week in April.
Yes, the 25th, something like that. So that's when we did the workshop. We submitted our first bid May 31st. Mm-hmm. And we won that bid.
So you won the first bid you ever submitted? The
first one.
Listen.
The first one.
Yeah. Listen, I love it. And what was it for?
It was for beach cleanup.
Beach cleanup in where?
Street in Florida.
In Florida. Do you live in Florida by chance?
I don't. No.
Do you all have a beach cleanup company by chance? I just check it.
We don't.
So listen, I love it. So y'all went from coming in with the mindset of looking for work that Daryl was going to go out and do.
Correct.
For now, branching out to beach cleanup in Florida. So you won your first contract within the first, 3-4 months of actually having a system that you could follow. Because you said that you submitted in May, right?
It was we submitted in May 31st.
Okay.
We didn't start doing this until the workshop.
That's right. So less than a month
Yes.
of understanding the system. Man,
Yes.
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And once you get the first one under your belt, you can see proof of concept. You can see how the process and the system works, especially when you have a system that you could follow. So now you can apply it to any opportunities that you see out there.
Yes.
Man, what would you say to somebody that's on the fence, that want to get started but have all of these reservations and hesitation? What would you say to them?
Do it. Just do it. Definitely take your course so they can get the formula and the understanding of what's really going on and how to talk to these people. And just 100% do it. Just jump in.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was very skeptical. She was like, well, let's take his course. I was like, man, we get this guy all our money. We never heard from him again. I was like, let's do the consultation and see what it's about. But I'm so glad that we did it. And I would highly recommend it. If you feel this is your area and you want to excel in it, you definitely need a mentor to know the ins and outs of this thing. Because just trying to do it by yourself, I can guarantee you, it won't work.
Yeah, you definitely need a mentor. That's 1,000%. And
a mentor, a community, just having someone there to hold your hand along the way. So, yeah. So listen, go ahead.
The people, whatever, I would say, don't be scared. If you want to do it, because I plan on firing my 9 to 5 very soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so that's my motivation to just keep going and going and going, even when I'm so tired. Like, I be like, this is Natasha. I need a call. I'm so tired, man. And it's just like, it's worth it. And then it's just like, I'm at home. Somebody else is doing the work.
That's right.
It's work, but I'm not out there doing it. I'm at home on the computer, typing emails and just checking on people and, checking on quotes and stuff. And it's totally worth it for what I got. What we got paid is insane for what we had to do.
So, people will come on and send messages and want to count your pockets. And I don't disclose that, because it's not about the profit. I tell everyone, a win in this federal government contracting space, especially when you're first starting out, is more important than the profit that you take home. Because one, you get to feel what this federal government contract space is like, and the federal government gets to see that, listen, you can perform when we actually give you a task. Mm-hmm. So for those out there, tell everybody what the total value of the contract was.
The total value was $8,500.
$8,500. Was that the total value of the contract, or was that your profit that you took home?
It was the total. That was the total amount.
So how much, and again, it's up to you if you want to disclose, how much did you make by sending an email?
$3,200.
For sending an email.
For sending an email. Listen.
And with doing that, we formed a relationship with that contractor, and he is currently in the works of doing more work for us.
There you go. That's what it's called. Building relationship, building rapport with other businesses that's out there, as well as with the federal government. Man, listen. I don't believe in happenstance. So anybody who's come in contact with me or in my sphere of circle, I don't believe in happenstance. We both are people of faith, yes. that are God-fearing and all that. So everything that I do intentionally. I understand that my calling is to pour into people and give people hope and show them the way that they can change their financial situation. Because God called us to be the head and not the tail.
That's right?
So in closing, if you want to let people know any information about the community, what it's like, and God has not given us a spirit of fear. And that's one thing that I will pause and always address people that have a fear of getting started. You got to overcome that. Mm-hmm. So any last words you want to say?
So for me, I think everyone should go through, if you're interested in government contracting, you should definitely go through the workshop first. And then once you do the workshop, join the community. Because the workshop is no words to the amount of knowledge that you will gain from doing the workshop, number one. And then Coach is amazing. Like, I don't have any words for that either. It's just like, he is so passionate about what he does. And so he's for you. He's like, let's go, let's get this. He's encouraging. It's just, the whole vibe of the community is amazing. You know, just the whole thing, y'all. I just encourage you to, like I said, do the workshop and then join the community. It will change your life for sure.
And definitely what you put in is what you get out of it.
Yes.
You got to put in the work.
Yes. It's not going to be handed to you. You're going to have to do some work. So if you don't, then.
Yeah. So listen, I'm so proud of y'all, man. I tell people that federal government contracting is just the start. There is so much more we have to build. Because if y'all are just coming in April, I don't think y'all have attended our sister community yet, right? The BBI.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So the BBI is called Builders Institute. That's our sister community. So once you start earning income in federal government contracting, then we talk about now expanding, about growing your business, about buying businesses. There are so many businesses that are out there for sale that you could actually scale and grow, so you can pass on financial literacy and pass on an inheritance to your children and your children's children. That is my goal, my passion, why I do what I do. Because I know being financially free and financially literate, you can then change your lineage of your kids. You know, that is my whole reason why I do what I do. And you know, y'all are a recipient of it and a testament to it. It's not about the money for me.
Right.
It's about impact and changing people's lives. That's my whole goal on why I do what I do.
Yes.
So.
Oh, it's so amazing. It's so amazing.
Yeah. So listen, I'm thankful to call y'all family members. I'm thankful to call y'all friends. And I just want to share the wealth, man, and let people know that it is possible.
Yes.
And it's simple. This is the only business model that I know of that you don't have to spend a lot of capital up front to buy like expensive software. Listen, because I've tried it. I've tried the drop shipping. I've tried all of these other business models, and then found out on the back end, listen, I got to pay all of this for advertising and for all of it. No.
Exactly.
I got to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. No.
Exactly.
But once I settle on this, man, you know, the federal government ain't going nowhere.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
They're not going anywhere at all. So.
Mm-mm. I'm just so thankful. I am so thankful. So thankful.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That I passed across, and I'm so thankful that I was in the position to hear God, you know, because I'm telling you, that's the only way we're here right now.
Yeah.
Is because of him. So
I am blessed to be used by him too as well, because I understand that obedience is better than sacrifice.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Yes. For sure.
I do.
Like my whole life, but like, what? Our whole life, I was to chat.
Yeah.